Greetings, ladies and gentlemen! My name is Mangs, and I welcome you guys to the start of a brand new Civilization 5 Brave New World playthrough. Oh man, does it feel good to say that again. I haven't said that in over 1.5 years. That's how long it's been since I played Civilization 5 on this channel. I did recently have a Twitch stream where I played some Civ, but aside from that, it's been a while. So I was sitting around editing a spotlight and I was like, man, I could really go for a game of Civ 5 right about now. And then I was like, why don't I just do it? I mean, I'm sure there are some of you guys still out there who like Civ. So, honestly, I don't care. I mean, I just want to play Civ. It's been a while, and I do have Civ 6. I might make a Civ 6 Let's Play. But right now, I just really felt like playing Civ 5. I even managed to recover my old recording setup with a Fraps and Virtual Dub, and while it is a little bit clunky, it allows me to record in 60 FPS, so it's actually better quality than Camtasia. It doesn't really work that well for Fire Emblem, but it works really well for Civilization. So I was thinking, what game should I play? Well, Civilization, obviously, but what leader should I play? And I decided to go with the Mongols, because I haven't played them on the channel yet. They're a really fun civilization, and I know that Mina really likes Genghis Khan and the Mongols in general. She's drawn a lot of horse archers, and I'm sure she can come up with a really cool thumbnail for this Let's Play. So the leaders are going to be obviously Genghis Khan. We're going to be playing on Pangea map, standard size, Immortal level difficulty. I was considering deity, but I'm a bit rusty. Besides, I'm planning to go for a conquest, so deity's a little bit shaky in that regard, because pulling off a conquest victory on deity is almost impossible. I mean, it's not impossible, but you need a really good start. So I'm gonna go with Immortal, and the game pace is going to be epic. So, without further ado, I don't think we need to talk anything more about it. Let's just jump into it, shall we? And listen to the sexy narrator of Civ 5.
Greetings, O great Temujin, immortal emperor of the mighty Mongol Empire. Your fists shatter the walls of cities, and your voice brings despair to your enemies. O Khan, you united the warring tribes of Northern Asia into a mighty people, creating the greatest cavalry force the world has ever witnessed. Your people's cunning diplomacy divided their enemies, making them weak and helpless before Mongolia's conquering armies. In a few short years, your people's soldiers conquered most of China and Eastern Asia, and the empire continued to grow until it reached west into Europe and south to Korea. Indeed, it was the greatest empire ever seen, dwarfing those pathetic conquests of the Romans or the Greeks. Temujin, your people call upon you once more to lead them to battle and conquest. Will the world once again tremble at the thunderous sound of your cavalry sweeping down from the steppes? Will you build an empire that stands the test of time?
Hell yeah! We're playing as the Mongols, bitches. It's amazing how quickly I load right now. I just realized. Also, what the hell is this? Huh? Disable overlay. Yes, go away. I don't know what that was, but I'm gonna get rid of it. So, Genghis Khan of the Mongolian Empire. So, they are a cavalry-based civilization. They get 30% combat strength when fighting city-states, or if they attack the city-state units. And also their mounted units have +1 move, which is kind of cool. It's you seldom attack city-states. I mean, it's usually not a good thing because you want to ally yourselves with them. But if there is a city-state that is allied with your enemy and you really want to bring them down, the Mongols are really fucking good at doing that. 30% extra combat strength is massive in Civilization 5. And +1 movements on your horses, it's nice. I mean, I don't consider it a massive bonus, but it certainly helps, especially when you get your first unique unit, the Keshik. The Keshiks are widely known to be one of the best units in the game. I think only beaten by the camel archers of the Arabians. Keshiks are insane. They're ranged knights, which makes them really fucking good. They have 5 move because of the Mongolian bonus. And they earn promotions 50% faster, so they level up really quickly, which means you can get logistics on them really fast. They also give you more points towards Great Generals, which really helps your other unit, the Khan, which is a unique Great General with 5 move. It also heals nearby units, 15 points per turn, which is ridiculous. Get a couple of Keshiks out early, led by a Khan, and you can easily topple your neighbor. Or several of them, which is definitely how you're supposed to play the Mongolians. Tech up to Keshiks as quickly as you can, upgrade a bunch of them, declare war, take over 2 or 3 capitals, and win the game that way. That is basically how you win as the Mongolians. So, without further ado, let us begin our journey. So already this looks like a really good starting position. There's cows here. And we can actually probably zoom out a little bit more. It's a lot of jungle, which I'm not a super big fan of. I prefer a lot of productions with the Mongolians, but there are some hills there. So there is a mountain over here. If I move over to it, I will be able to get an observatory in my capital, but I will forgo the river. So I don't think it's a good idea. I'm going to forgo that observatory. I don't think I'll need it. This is a pretty good location, so we'll just settle on point and start with a scout. Now, as far as our tech route goes, getting out a library early as the Mongolians, usually a good idea. You won't get a great library, but you can try to at least get an early library. But let's see what kind of resources we got around here. So we got dyes, incense, so we need a plantation to extract these resources. And we also need to be able to cut down jungle. So I think, well, we want to go pottery first. So now one thing I like to do a little bit when I'm close to cows is I like to turn down the ambient volume a little bit because the cows make a lot of noise. They make a lot of noise. Now, I have a really fast computer right now, so the loading times are going to be very short, which I really like. Last time I recorded Civ, I was still using my crappy old computer. And everything took like a million years. I mean, even the loading only takes a couple seconds. So right now, near Karakorum, we can see that we have a lot of food, which is nice. We also have already a really good expansion over here. I might actually expand here next to the coastal tile to get a coastal city. That would give me fish, dyes, and possibly, no, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I would get bananas eventually as well. Of course, there's a ruin. That's always good. The first thing we want to do... Oh, hello. We have Theodora of Byzantium. So Theodora, she's a very religious leader. Her entire civilization bases itself around having a very strong religion. So if you want a religion, you're gonna compete with her and she's not gonna like you. She's decently aggressive, not super aggressive, and she's sort of treacherous, not like Dido levels, but she can be a backstabbing little cunt. So you gotta be a little bit careful with her as your neighbor. If she's allowed to spread her religion to your city, you usually will be fine, but if you also want your religion, expect a lot of competition from this lady. She is not going to get this ruin. That's great. And we get attack. What do we get? Animal husbandry. That's perfect. That makes us discover horses. I already see that we don't have horses, but I'm wondering if the Keshiks don't require horses. I'm going to actually have to check that out right now. Keshik. Let's see. Yep. Nope, we require horses. Some unique cavalry units do not require horses. That's kind of like to... It's to make a civilization less dependent on having horses nearby to function. But since the Keshiks are so far down the tree, it's not like, you know, you should have plenty of opportunities to acquire some horses by the time you get them. But we don't have any horses around our capital, which is a little bit worrying, if I'm going to be completely honest. Because that means we need to expand into them. Now, we just uncovered some more ruins. I think since Theodora's scouts came from here, her capital is most likely here, which means that she's our neighbor. Byzantium can get cataphracts, which are kind of nasty. But I do believe my Keshiks should be able to take them down relatively easily. Let's see if we can find the cataphracts. Here they are. So they're horsemen with more combat strength. Attack cities more effectively than the horsemen. So, by the time we get our Keshiks, the cataphracts probably won't be that relevant. They have 15 combat strength, which is pretty powerful, but she's most likely going to have knights by the time we attack. So we get pop, which is amazing. Karakorum has 3 pop right now. Let's take a look at what tiles it is working. Mostly focusing on food for the time being. I think that's fairly okay. So we're going to send our scouts south and see what we can find. Hopefully some horses. Now, I kind of need to make a choice right now if I want to go for a monument or if I want to go for a second scout. It kind of depends. I do like the culture a second monument gives. I'm probably gonna go tradition. But at the same time, getting a second scout would be nice. This is tricky actually. Now, you know what? I want some policies, so I'm gonna go with the monuments. So here's the city-state. Let's go and meet it. It's probably been met already, but if we are the first ones to meet a city-state, we get a nice little bonus to our goal, which is quite nice. It seems like we might be located on the southern part of the continent, since we see like the river goes, or the coast goes down here and then it slides in, so that leads me to believe that we are in a corner, which is usually a good thing in Civ. So here is the city of Budapest. They're a militaristic city-state that gives us the Berserker. Now this means that the Danish are not in this game, because you can never get a unique unit from a military city-state that is part of a civilization that's part of the game. So we know that Harald Bluetooth is not in this game. We'll see if we'll... I mean, a militaristic city-state is always nice with the Mongols. I mean, getting units is always nice. I think some Berserkers would be pretty hilarious. Alright, so we got some Barbarian Archers down there. Do they shoot on you from the encampment? I can never really remember. I don't think they do. No, they don't. In Civ 6, the Barbarians are a lot more aggressive and they attack you from the encampment. Whereas in Civ 5, they're a bit more docile, which I actually don't mind all that much. Okay, so we need to think about what to get next. I think mining is a must. And definitely calendar too. But if we get calendar, we're not really going to be able to improve the jungle tiles until we can cut down the jungle itself. So I think what we'll do right now... We could go for writing. But honestly, I think... bronze working is probably what we need right now. We do have the incense tile that does not require... Actually, we got 2 calendar tiles. I think we're going to go calendar. Probably a good idea. Oh, it's the Mongolian music. Gotta fucking love it. Oh, we got Pocatello.
Ne, Chief Pocatello. Inaen hanibidena. Ne wasogo bahandi.
So Pocatello, he's very expansive. He expands a lot. Leave this guy alone and he's gonna take over half the freaking continents. He's decently aggressive, but he's pretty trustworthy. He usually doesn't backstab you. So if you make deals with him, you can count on him to keep them, which is kind of nice. But having him close to you is very annoying because, as I said, he swallows up a lot of land. But it also means he has a lot of cities to conquer, which can be good if he's close to us. But at this point, we don't really know if he's close or not. He has a Pathfinder here, but these Pathfinders move pretty fast, so he could come from a pretty long distance away. So I think this might be a good secondary expansion right here. I'm gonna have to look a little bit more around. There's a lot of forest on this map, a lot of forests, which is not great for me actually. The Mongolians kind of like the open plains because that way their Keshiks can ride around unimpeded. This is actually a nice little spot. I don't know what an oasis is doing here. I mean, there's hardly any desert here, but the oasis tiles are really good because they give a lot of food. You can't build any improvements on them though. Wow, look at that. We have a lot of open land. So, Theodora wants to sell an embassy. I don't think I'm going to accept. I would prefer for her not to know where I am for the time being. We shall see. I am seriously, like, questioning my lack of neighbors, though. I mean, maybe I should go up and see what Theodora is doing. Soon I can probably buy a scout. Oh, what's this? Barbarians. Lovely. Hi there. Oh, do I seriously have animations on? You know, there was a time where you couldn't change this during the game. It was really fucking stupid. But yeah, we'll do that. I do like the animations, though. They're kind of nice. But at the same time, they're completely unnecessary and they slow down the game way too much. I think there might be some ruins here that I may have missed, so we'll see how this goes. Holy shit, there is a lot of open slash. Okay, oh, there we go. Pocatello is Pathfinder rushing. This is a classic Shoshone tactic right there. They have unique scouts, which are called Pathfinders, which are as strong as warriors, and you can really spam them out quickly. Because they're so fast, you can Pathfinder rush your enemies, and it's actually really fucking hard to stop. Someone just adopted a Pantheon of the Gods, which gives +1 food from camp. So we have someone nearby with a lot of hunting grounds. If I get a Pantheon at all, I think maybe getting culture from plantations would be good, because I have a lot of those. Although, do the Mongols really need culture? I don't know. I think Pocatello is probably beyond the mountains here, because his Pathfinders are moving out. I hope they're not coming for me. That might be the case. When a... okay, so I think I'm actually going to go for a... How much is it for a scout? I actually don't know. 190. It's gonna take a while. So we're up to pop 4, which is usually when I recommend expanding, but I don't have any units. So I think maybe going for a... Okay, that's also 23 turns, which is a lot. I think we're actually gonna go for a secondary scout right now, and I'm gonna swap to production focus to get it out quick. Because I need to explore more land around me. I also need to get some units out to counter the barbarians. Byzantium has gotten the +30% range combat strength in cities. This will actually make it harder for me to attack her later on. So this is an interesting choice. It's a good one, actually, for once, because having more combat strength on your cities is very ideal when the Mongols are your neighbors. So I think the AI selects pantheons rather randomly. I think there's some merit to it. Oh my god, look at all this gold. Holy shit, this is like the city of gold right here. 4 gold tiles, that is crazy. Build a mint in this city? Okay, we see some borders over here. Build a mint in this city and you'll have all the cash you will ever need. So she wants a declaration of friendship. I honestly don't mind it at this point. Declaration of friendships lasts 45 turns. I am not going to be attacking her within 45 turns. Also, there's like nothing over here. Let's go and see. Is this Pocatello? Oh, Catherine.
Приветствую тебя, незнакомец. Если твой ум и такт сравнимы с твоей привлекательностью,
she just called me attractive. So yeah, the tits of Russia right here. She is one of the more aggressive leaders in the game. She's also very treacherous. She's prone to backstabbing. She enjoys military, and she likes to dominate. If you know what I mean, wink, wink, wink. She's fairly interested in production. She loves building cities with a lot of production and churning out a lot of buildings. You know, the Soviet style. So be a little bit careful of this one. She's not as bad as Dido when it comes to treachery. And the reason why I keep mentioning that is Dido is one of the more treacherous leaders in the game. And I, for whatever fucking reason, I always seem to get her in my games. We'll see if she shows up in this one.
Говори.
Is this her city? It might actually be her city. Interesting. We shall see. So I think we can open up the scoreboard. It's been so long since I played Civilization, I completely forgot. Let's see, we can open up the scoreboard right here. We might actually show it. Let's see if we can pop it up here. Interface option, video options. This is a high quality LP right here. We'll figure it out next part. Okay, so let's go this way with the scouts. I seriously want this city. I know it's like really, really far away, but look at all this fucking gold. It's probably gonna get snatched up though. So we're gonna go with tradition, and I think once we're done with tradition, we're gonna continue into honor. Honor is pretty much a must for the Mongolians because military tradition plus Keshiks means ballistics very early on. It is absolutely amazing. Whether or not I'm gonna fill out the entire honor tree, I do not know. I might. Alright, so let us go for, I think probably the time has come to grab writing. We definitely want that library out early, because the Mongols do need some tech to get going. Now, once this scout is done, I might switch my city over to food focus. I'm actually not sure. I have 2 happiness. I have some more happiness to lose before my city should stop its production, but 17 turns. I think it's probably for the better to just build a worker, because I need to improve these tiles somehow. Alright, my scouts destroyed an enemy brute. That's good. I still don't know whose city this is, to be fair. I guess I'll find out. Alright, suffering some slight frame rate spikes. Not sure if you guys can see it, but that's a little bit weird. I shouldn't be frame spiking at this point. Might be a program running in the background or something. We shall see. Still don't know whose the city this is. Could be Catherine, actually. I think I recognize the color. Being colorblind is a little bit tricky for me to recognize sometimes. Alright. God, I hate exploring in forests. It's the worst. Alright, so here we have even more jungle. No, I do not want to buy your embassy. Thank you very much. And I'm just waiting for the fucking open border spam, because you know that's going to come soon. One of the staples of... Oh, here we go. Here is Pocatello's land. Okay, so there's no... Oh my god, look at all the gold, yes! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles of gold. Are you fucking kidding me? That's crazy. Oh, look at this. This would be an ideal Goddess of the Hunt city right here. That's a lot of deer and furs. So someone just got desert folklore, which means we probably have a city in the desert. Here's Catherine's warrior running about. This is a pretty good city, but what I need to find now is horses. There's a severe lack of horses. There's horses over here. 4 horses. Not sure how we're gonna find a reliable source of horses in this game. We might get them from a city-state. There's some horses here. 4 horses. I could expand below Budapest. It's not very... Actually, this is a pretty insane expansion right here. Look at this. We expand right here. We get bananas, we get gems, we get 2 tiles of spice, we get cattle, two tiles of cattle, we get sheep and horses. Although the horses are quite far away, so maybe expanding here would be better. We could do one city here, and then we could do another city like right here. It's pretty close. Nah, it's not that close to Pocatello. This would be a good city. I would like to explore a little bit here. It looks like there's mountains here, though. So the Russian scouts are out in the jungle getting molested by some warriors. There's a lot of tundra up here. Seems like, yeah, this has to be Catherine. She has a tendency to spawn in the tundra, you know, being the Russians and all. Alright, let's see what this this little area right here has to offer. There might be a resource here for all we know. Although I have a feel. Ooh, haha. Talk about gangbang up here. Jesus Christ. Archers and 2 brutes. Well, we ain't taking this gangbang. Sorry. I actually haven't heard much of the Mongolian music. I think I've only played the Mongolians once or twice in the past, so I'm not really used to them. I know that Mr. Antonin loves them. He always tells me how OP Keshiks are. Okay, so I don't think we'll stick around and fight. We'll let that scout handle those barbarians. We just met Eif, their religious city. I tend to not like the religious city-states a lot. I mean, unless you're going for a heavy religious game, they're not really providing you with a lot. Alright, so right now I think we're gonna go for oligarchy into legalism and then probably land at elite. We're gonna fill out the entire tradition tree, because if we do that, we get free aqueducts in all of our cities. I'm probably not gonna found any more than 4 cities. Actually, as the Mongols, it's kind of recommended that you only found 3, because you're going to be conquering a lot. If you found a lot of cities and then start to take them over, you're going to have to raise them, because you won't be able to support them with your happiness. So 3 cities actually isn't that bad, as far as the Mongols are concerned. So why didn't I send the scout up here? That was kind of stupid. Alright, Harun al-Rashid is in this game.
هارون الرشيد خليفة العرب. هلم إلي وحدثني عن إمبراطوريتك.
Harun al-Rashid is pretty honorable. He loves his gold. He tends to have a lot of oil. And he loves his trade. He's also very religious and will attempt to spread his religious, you know, Allah Akbar style. He remains rather peaceful until he gets his camel archers, at which point he will get stupidly aggressive and he'll most likely attack the closest city to him. And camel archers are easily one of the best units in the game, so being his neighbor is usually not a very fun time. But being on his good side is rather nice. He's very loyal, so if you get a declaration of friendship going, he usually won't turn on you unless you piss him off too much. Just, you know, don't draw the Prophet Muhammad or Allah on a painting and send it to him or something, because that's gonna make him really fucking mad. So, he also has horses, so we might be able to get a good trade deal going with him later, which is nice. Currently, it seems like Pocatello is doing really well. This isn't really surprising at all. Pocatello tends to... Oh, yeah, he tends to really spiral out of control. Here we also can see a chart of the world's busiest people, seeing the production in each of the players' combined cities. Theodora is one of the most busy people, whereas I am number 7. So poor fucker below me, though. I wonder who that is. Alright, let's continue to explore over here. And let us go. I think I want to go this way with my warriors. Okay, so we just found a natural wonder. This is the Uluru, 6 faith, 2 food. One of the more crappy wonders, unless you really like your faith. I would grab it if I had the chance, but Budapest is most likely going to get it. This is the problem with city-states. They tend to always grab the fucking natural wonders. No, I do not want to sell an embassy to you. Stop asking, please. Alright. Yeah, this is Catherine's city, without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, wow, look at this. 2 tiles of wine right here. This could be a potential expansion. Also, I feel like these scouts are just hugging the mountain. These scouts are actually just annoying me. I'm going to send them up here. It's going to take them 10 turns, but it's going to be worth it, hopefully. So yeah, this is Catherine. She is between me and Pocatello, well, slightly northwest of my location. She has 2 cities by the looks of it. I think St. Petersburg is the 2nd city that they found. Also, looks like Theodora is going to grab all this wine. I'm not really blaming her. It is definitely the right thing to do. The only problem is, I might be able to scare off her settler, actually, or make it set... Ah, there we go. Adrianople. You know, if I didn't block the settler, chances are it probably would have gone to this tile right here. So I think it's actually a good thing. Alright, so we got writing. After this worker, I think we should probably go for a... I feel like the city has some issues growing. So I think once we're done with this worker, I think getting a settler would not be the worst thing in the world. And we should definitely get mining so we can remove forests. Panama City, it's another... Ah, it's a maritime city. I thought it was a religious city store state, but no, it's a maritime city. I do like maritime cities the most because they make your cities grow, which is always nice. Come to think of it, Catherine and Theodora are really close to each other. You know what? I'm actually going to give Pocatello an embassy because I would like to see more of his capital. As you can see, his capital has a stupid amount of land around it. That tends to be how the Shoshone roll. So I'm going to go grab this incense. Incense tiles gives a lot of gold, but it also gives happiness, which I definitely need at this point. So looks like this is the top of the map. I might not be as far south as I initially thought, because once you start encountering ice and snow, that tells you that you're pretty far up north. So I thought I was all the way down south, but there's probably a lot more down here. So yeah, let's go for the plantation. Again, I think getting a Pantheon would probably benefit me. Here's another religious city-state, La Venta. A lot of religious city-states in this game. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the eastern part of the map, so I don't think there's necessarily any guys behind. I don't need to get an embassy with you because I already know where your city is. Actually, I don't know all of it, but I know where the location of which it is in. Difficult thing to say today, apparently. So I don't really need an embassy with Catherine. I would prefer that she didn't know where I am, so... So when you build a settler, your city stops growing, and definitely size 4 is the ideal time to build your settler. That's when most people recommend you do it, unless there's like a natural wonder here, you should do it immediately. But I do need to think about where to found this city. So I think that I should definitely send some sort of escort over to guard my settler. I do believe my scout is nearby, so I'm just going to move my scout over here. There might be a really good city here. I guess I could scout that with my warriors. But I think the more I look at this expansion right here, the more I like it. It's a little bit far away, but honestly, I don't think that's a big problem. It's relatively uncontested. It gives me bananas, gems, spices. If I settle it here, I'm still going to get the horses, although I'm considering settling here. I need to really consider my cities really carefully. Alright, unlocking iron would be very beneficial, because it might affect where I choose to expand, so I'm going to research iron working for now. But yeah, I think this tile, or maybe this tile. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm going to have to think it over. I don't think we'll be doing it until the next part anyway, so I have some time to think about it off screen. Unknown civilization has started to worship the sun god. That's a good one right there. I might as well do a little bit of exploring with my scouts until I wait for my settler to finish. We found the city of Sidon. That's a maritime... Oh, sorry, that's a militaristic city-state right there. Let's see what kind of unit they give us. The Musketeer. So we know that Napoleon is not in this game. Currently, we met 4 of the 8 leaders. Well, we are the 5th, so there's 3 more leaders in this game. Just thinking, Mangsmat. Yeah, that's definitely correct. Now, I am probably going to steal a worker from Sidon. I'm a Genghis Khan anyway, so who the fuck cares? Although I think they might be protected. We shall see. Honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm going to take them anyway. Yeah, they're under protection of Byzantium, but I honestly do not give a shit. I want this worker. There's really no reason not to take a worker. My relations with Theodora is most likely going to be crap anyway, so who cares? Also, it looks like Catherine's going to take Uluru. Catherine is decently religious, actually. So, it's not really surprising to see her go for that wonder. Although a natural wonder is always a natural wonder. You'd be silly not to take it. So she's going to tell us to fuck off? Yep, yes. So we're just going to say our apologies. We don't really intend to steal any more workers, so I don't really need to... It's a promise I'll be able to keep. Let's just put it that way. So let's go down here with the workers, and I think they'll be fine on their own. I am going to go over here to see if there's, like... I don't think expanding over here is going to be ideal. Just maybe if there's, like, 3 luxury resources right here. But, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is an ideal time to make a cut right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the start of this Let's Play. Do give it a like and a comment if you did, because that will incentivize me to make more Civilization for you guys, if that is what you want. Felt really good to play some Civilization again. I really have missed this a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name's Manx. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!